Day number 36. I'm reading Reader Come Home by Marianne Wolf, page 141. Protecting the Lost Time of Childhood. What should parents do about the rest of their young children's time in home and preschool environments where they are surrounded with digital devices and where their downtime is increasingly filled with always stimulating entertainment that requires nothing of them? I wish there were movement movement for the protection of lost time, when children would need very little but their imagination to make a closet door a portal, and the preschool's playground the asteroid pummeled the surface of the moon. To create the space and time in childhood to do just that, exposure to digital devices will have to be introduced more gradually and more intentionally than they are now. Children should be helped to conceptualize such media as one part of their background environment, like television and music systems, but nothing to be used to consume everyday available empty moment of their very short time between 2 and 5 years of age. That's easier said than done. We are all creatures of obsession, children just more so. They will become obsessed with whatever captures their attention, and there are few more effective attention getters than screens that move and buzz and bathe their senses in the hormones usually meant for high fight or flight. My major fear for this developmental period is that if we do not attend, as parents, as a culture, to what makes up both the days and nights of these early years of childhood, our children and their habits will be set in screen mode. To connect or not to connect. The question is what and when. The first challenges a parent must confront concern what constitutes developmentally appropriate digital content and how long a child should be on any digital device. It is onerously difficult to figure out which apps and activities and devices are best to introduce and when for an individual child. A new parent's first exposure to the wild west of apps is anything but simple. There are well over 1 million apps available just for the iPhone, with many thousands called developmental or educational. And Lisa Guernsey and Michael Levin's comprehensive research indicates most of the self-labeled educational apps are not educational at all, and among those whose stated purpose is to promote pre-literacy or literacy precursors for the 2 to 5 year age group, precious few of them have a literacy expert involved at any stage of the design. Summarized in their recent book, Guernsey and Levine's wise admonition is that parents always think about 3 C's: child, content, context, before they purchase an app and consult websites specifically created to help parents evaluate the ever-growing offerings. I would add that a pain-free, delightful way for parents to begin this process is simply for them to play with their children in the first minutes after a new app is introduced. The children quickly learn to play on their own, and the parent learns just as quickly whether a particular app is engaging and worth the child's time. I am not suggesting another dimension to the helicopter parent phenomenon, and I am also not recommending that all the apps during the 2 to 5 year period be educational. Rather, it is important for parents to learn along with their children what engages each individual child's imagination, what develops that child's unique characteristics at different ages, and what is just a drivel. Then they should simply let the child explore this medium just as he or she would a background or park, only not for as long. Only not for as long. As for just how much time and when, my hope is that parents will introduce apps and digital toys as something to be explored in a relatively brief period of time that increase gradually in early childhood. Discussed at more length by Catherine Steiner Adair. A 2 to 3-year-old might move from a few minutes a day to a half hour, while a slightly older child gets more time, though only rarely more than 2 hours a day. The reality is that many children attend more formal learning environments, such as preschool, where they often have access to various digital devices during the day. The most recent statistics are that young children in this age range are already looking at screens at average of 4 hours or more a day. That's a lot of time. I have no magic formula for implementing my considerably shorter 2-hour maximum recommendation allowance at home, and there will be many individual differences among children. What I seek is a day that preserves time for child-directed play and human labs, and a night in which the rituals of storytelling and physical books dominate. A culminative 4 or more hours of a child's day on digital devices does not easily allow for this, and indeed might detract from either the child's unstructured play or the parent shared storybook reading, particularly with real books whose pace is closer to that of the tortoise than of the hare. Okay, I should stop here. Thank you so much. Please correct me if you can. Bye.